Supreme Court will be taking up the issue of the Aravalis on Monday. In fact, it's going to be a bench led by the Chief Justice of India, Suryakant, which will be overseeing this issue. They've taken it up suo motu, and this is very interesting because over the last couple of weeks and days, we've seen huge uproar over the issue of Aravalis being in danger from mining and development. Now, what started it all was on 20th of November when the Supreme Court accepted a very narrow definition of the Aravalis that said any hill that was around 100 meters high would be considered Aravalis. Now, this immediately raised the alarm bells, and we have seen protests from Delhi, Gurugram, all the way to Jaipur, Udaipur, even Gujarat, because remember the Aravalis are spread across these regions. They're the oldest, one of the oldest mountain ranges in the world. And now they could be opened up is what the fears are for development and mining. This, as I said, this is a very narrow definition because only if we go by the Forest Survey of India and its reports, out of the 12,000 plus mountains and hills and various landforms that exist in the Aravalis, only around 1,000 actually qualify as 100 meters and above. So can you imagine that means the rest of the areas could possibly be open for development. Now the government, one has to add here, has stepped in, and even in an interview to NDTV with Bhupendra Yadav, the Union Minister for Environment, made it very clear that this did not mean that the Aravalis were going to get opened up for mining. He said this for development. He said development, not at all. Yes, there would be mining for some very critical minerals. And remember, this whole case before the Supreme Court is to do with mining and having licensed mining. So for the moment, the government assuring everyone that no such it's not going to be opened up for mining, and in fact, no new mining licenses are going to be issued till this issue of what defines the Aravallis, till a comprehensive report is filed. Till then, no new mining licenses will be issued to anyone. But the public remain alert, remain very, very vigilant on this issue, because it's been for years that activists, and I've at NDTV spoken to so many activists over the years who've been protesting and trying to protect forest areas around the National Capital Region. The Mangarbani forest between Faridabad and Gurugram is one such forest that time and again is threatened by development, that it could possibly face some sort of a threat, some sort of an opening up to real estate or to mining. And a lot of activists have been working on this. There's an Aravali Bachao organization in Gurugram. There is the I Am Gurugram NGO as well that has been working on issues to protect the trees and the forests around the NCR region. Now, why is this so important? And this also comes at a time when Delhi is dealing with the toxic air pollution issue. So this comes at a time when we have been talking about how to improve Delhi's environment, how to improve the air that we breathe in the National Capital Region, and then the Aravalis that actually protect us from a lot of the dust and the winds that come, from the Thar, from Rajasthan, and that also have a lot of the forests around the NCR, that they should be facing a threat. It's one of the reasons I think that we've seen such a huge public outrage over this. Children taking to the streets, JNU students protesting, protests in Jaipur, protests in Udaipur, protests in deep inside Haryana as well. So the Aravalis, as we said, protects the NCR, protects vast tracts of land from these desert winds. It also serves as a very important support for biodiversity in the area. It has a huge amount of forests and supports so much of wildlife as well, and which is very, very important for the environment, for the health of our environment around the National Capital Region. It also, a lot of streams and seasonal streams emanate from the Aravali, so our water security is also in question. It acts as a pollution sink. The forests of the Aravali absorb a lot of the pollution and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and at a time that Delhi is already dealing with toxic air pollution, can we really afford to see the green lungs of the NCR being threatened in this manner? So that is why this has been a huge issue, a huge uproar. We've seen a lot of politics as well, with Congress and Aam Aadmi Party getting into it. It's interesting though, because the definition of 100 meters is a definition that was adopted by the Rajasthan government back when it was Congress rule, and this was the definition that was brought before the Supreme Court, saying that while no other states have actually defined the Aravalis, maybe we can use this definition for the entire region. I don't know why that was even proposed. As we said, it's a very narrow definition. Activists, in fact, have been arguing that the Forest Research Institute and the Forest Survey of India, in fact, I beg your pardon, the Forest Survey of India had in fact said that the definition that should be accepted is regarding a 3-degree slope, that anything that has a 3-degree slope in that area should be considered, part of the Aravallis, and that is something that is more acceptable to a lot of activists. And they say this is a much more comprehensive, descriptor for the Aravallis that should be accepted by the apex court. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the Supreme Court decides tomorrow on this issue that has caused so much public anger and outrage.